Okay, so you've just poured hours into crafting that perfect email campaign. You hit send, your platform says it's delivered, and you feel that wave of relief. But hold on, here's the real question we need to ask. Just because your email was sent, does that mean anyone actually saw it? Today we're going to dig into the huge difference between an email landing and an email actually getting noticed.
You might see a 99% delivery rate in your dashboard and think, yes, we nailed it. But what if I told you that number could be totally, dangerously misleading? Honestly, it's one of the biggest myths in email marketing, and it hides a much bigger truth about whether you're really reaching your audience or just shouting into the void.
All right, let's get right into it because this slide right here is the key to, well, everything. Delivery just means the server on the other side gave a little nod and said, yep, got your message. That's it. But deliverability, that's the real game. That asks, did your email land in the main inbox where people actually see it, or did it get shuffled off to the promotions tab, or even worse, the dreaded spam folder? One is a simple technical checkmark. The other is the true measure of your success.
So here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we're going to break down why this whole sent versus seen thing matters so much. Then we'll introduce you to the gatekeepers who decide where your email goes. After that, we'll walk through a super simple audit you can run on your own setup. And we'll wrap up with 3 quick wins you can literally put into action today.
Let's kick things off with the big why. Think of poor deliverability as this invisible wall. You're sending out all this great stuff, thinking you're connecting with your audience, but really, your messages are just hitting a wall and never making it to the people who signed up to hear from you.
And look, this isn't just about feeling good about feeling your open rates. If your emails aren't landing in that primary inbox, your subscribers can't open them, they can't click on your links, and they definitely can't buy what you're selling. Every single email that lands in spam isn't just a missed connection, it's a direct hit to your revenue. It's that serious.
So, what should you be aiming for? This slide lays it out pretty clearly. Hitting 95% or higher for inbox placement? That's excellent. You're in the top tier. Somewhere between 85 and 94% is still good, but if you're dipping below 80%, that's a red flag. That's a sign you've got a problem that needs your attention, like yesterday. So, who's actually making all these decisions? Well, it's the Internet Service Providers, or ISPs, the big players like Google, Yahoo, and Microsoft. They act as these powerful gatekeepers for the inbox, and they run a whole series of checks to protect their users. To get past them, you have to pass both their technical tests and their behavioral tests. The very first test is basically your digital passport, email authentication. Before an ISP even bothers to look at your subject line or your amazing content, you have to prove that you are who you say you are. This isn't optional anymore. It's the absolute baseline for getting in the door. Let's see how this works. First up, you've got SPF. The easiest way to think about it is like a bouncer's guest list at a club. It's a public record that says, hey world, these specific servers are the only ones allowed to send email from my domain. If you get an email from someone else, don't let them in.
Next, there's DKIM. This is like a tamper-proof seal on a letter. It adds a special digital signature to your email that proves 2 things. 1, it really came from you, and 2, that nothing in the message was messed with on its way to the recipient.
And finally, we've got DMARC. This is the enforcer. It's the policy that tells the receiving server exactly what to do if an email fails either the SPF or the DKIM check. Should they let it through anyway? Should they stick it in quarantine? Or should they just reject it outright? And as of 2025, for anyone sending in bulk, this is absolutely mandatory.
Now, beyond that initial authentication, ISPs are always keeping score. They're tracking the reputation of the specific IP address you're sending from, but more and more, they care about the reputation of your actual domain. If either of those scores takes a nosedive, you can bet you're headed for the spam folder.
I love this quote from Karen Slater at Litmus because it's the perfect way to shift from all the technical stuff to the human side of things. See, even if you ace all the tech checks, you can still fail the most important test of all. Are you actually a welcome guest in someone's inbox? Think about it this way. Every single thing your subscriber does is a vote. When they open your email, when they click a link, when they reply, those are all positive votes telling their email provider, hey, I like this stuff. But when they delete it without even opening it, or worse, they hit that mark as spam button, that's a huge negative vote against you. And here's the number that should really get your attention. Big providers like Gmail and Yahoo want your spam complaint rate to stay below 0.3%. To put that into perspective, that is just 3 complaints for every 1,000 emails you send.
Go over that tiny threshold, and you are in serious trouble.
Okay, so that's a lot of theory. Let's make this practical. How do you figure out where you stand right now? It's time for a quick 4-step deliverability audit so you can find and fix your weak spots.
All right, here we go. 1. Use a free online tool to check that your SPF, DKIM, and DMARC are all set up right. 2. Get yourself signed up for Google Postmaster Tools. It's free, and see what your reputation score looks like from Google's perspective. 3. Really dig into your campaign reports. Look at the trends for opens, clicks, and especially those spam complaints. And 4, be ruthless about cleaning your list. If someone hasn't opened an email in 6 months, it might be time to say goodbye.
Feeling a bit overwhelmed? Don't be. To wrap things up, here are 3 super high-impact fixes you can make in the next 24 hours. Seriously, these can give you an immediate boost.
First up, make your unsubscribe link dead simple to find, and make it a one-click process. Now, I know that feels wrong. You don't want people to leave, but trust me on this. An unsubscribe is a million times better than a spam complaint. In fact, Gmail and Yahoo now require it. Hiding that link is just asking for trouble.
Number 2, if you're not already using it, turn on double opt-in for all your sign-up forms. Today! This single step makes a user confirm they really want your emails. It's the best way to build a clean, engaged list from the very beginning, and it helps you avoid all the junk like typos, bots, and spam traps. And quick win number 3, use a free tool online and check if your domain or IP address has landed on a major block list. Getting on one of these can stop your emails dead in their tracks, and sometimes you won't even realize it's happened. This check takes less than a minute and can uncover a massive hidden problem.
So let's bring it all home. Deliverability isn't some secret dark art. It's not magic. It's simply the result of building trust. You have to build technical trust with the inboxes through things like proper authentication, and you have to build human trust with your subscribers by sending them great stuff they actually want to see. That's really the whole shebang. So as you're putting the finishing touches on that next email, I want you to ask yourself this question. The copy is great, the design is perfect, but have you done what it takes to actually be seen? Thanks for tuning in.